Hi, my name is Cindy Rang with the Fabric Patch in Ephrata, Washington, and we are super excited today to host a trunk show with our own Laura Estes. My daughter and I have owned and operated a busy quilt shop in Washington State for over 20 years. We have a retreat center, an active YouTube channel, and a large pattern line featuring our creations. My two sons work on machines. One daughter-in-law is our videographer and the other is a long-arm quilter. We are a family that love each other, we laugh together, and every once in a while we get some work done. We have a crew that are saints for their efforts at keeping us on track. Thanks for joining us on our wild ride. So Laura is from Odessa, Washington, which is what, 40 minutes from us, right?
Well, it depends. I drive slow. It's an hour.
40 minutes. Through the back way. It's the back way to Spokane. So we tell people all the time just to go back there. And anyway, so Laura has been doing this for a long time. We carry all of Laura's patterns in our shop. And so we're excited to show you all of these. The other thing that we're doing that you'll have to watch for is we're going to do a tutorial for her ruched flowers. Her ruched flowers, we would keep a basket on the counter, and whenever somebody would come in, we would do a quick little demo of it. And because it's a perfect thing for travelers, people who come up, everybody goes past us to go up to the lakes, and they would take it with them because all you need is a needle and some thread, a little bit of fabric, some scissors, and you can just make all these little flowers. So a lot of what she has here are things that are featuring these flowers. So what I'm going to do, and I should have asked in the beginning, how long have you been doing this?
I started the business in March of 1994.
March of 1994. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you've been sewing, quilting for how long?
50 years.
50 years. And Laura does it all. You'll see a lot of these, but she has templates. She does hand quilting templates, hand applique patterns. It's a lot to show, which is why you'll see. I think we're doing 3 different videos with Laura, probably more to come. And Laura, you also have your own website, is that right?
I do have my own website.
What is your own website?
Laura's Sage Country Quilts.
There you go. Super simple. So if there is something you're looking for and you don't see it on our website, we'll also put the link to Laura's website. So either would be okay. So I'm going to kind of step out of the shot, and Laura, I'm just going to let you kind of talk about your quilts, and we'll just do this nice trunk show.
All right. Well, thank you for having me here, Cindy. And I'm looking forward to this. This is fun.
Good.
So let's start right here with this quilt here. And I'm going to hold up next to it the other colorway in the black background, which shows it off.
And you can see her quilting also. And is this one of your templates?
That is one of my templates, and it's called Caragana Wreath. And this quilt is called Caragana Wreath.
Beautiful.
So, then we'll go over here to Sassy Dahlias. There's a dahlia called Sassy, and I just kind of based it on this. We have in the center here a coin ruched blossom. So this is a circle that is ruched. Around the outside is actually heart shapes with the heart-shaped template that we have. This is perfect for over the sofa or the mantle, and the pattern gives instructions for extending it out so you can use it as a bed runner. Then we'll just pop right down here to French Basket Bouquet, which is filled with a lot of small coin ruched flowers and just some basic applique, kind of a wallpaper look behind it. Now we'll go over here to Tulip Fields. These tulips are the same shape as the flowers up here in Sassy Dahlias. But instead of scrunching them all up, we've stretched them out into a tulip shape. So it's the same tool, lots of fun applique behind, and lots of fun texture. Toss on a few beads for dewdrops. Then over here we have Suzannes Garden. And Suzanne has a garden full of ruched flowers and other dimensional flowers, holding a bouquet. She's got a little pocket, so you can keep something in there. Maybe a frog. And she even has curls under her bonnet.
That's beautiful.
And over here we have Tussie Mussy Mums. And of course, we're familiar with a Tussie Mussy that you could hang on a door. But we've got this filled with the coin ruched blossoms, some beads, and French knots. Colonial knots is what I like to use. And we have dragonflies from our dragonfly stencil quilted into the background. Now let's see, can we get out this one down here?
Oh, maybe.
Or should I hold it up?
Do you want to unpin it? Yeah, I'll help you. Oh, I love that one.
This one has been in our line for a long time. This is, I love it when I forget the names. Heart in Bloom is what this one is called. And we've got ruching and more dimensional flowers along with the regular surface applique.
What a really nice way to show off a beautiful floral print, you know, and make some pieces.
A nice wide border so you can put those fabrics that you don't really want to cut them up.
That for you. Right.
Then we have a couple more folded up here. This one is called Dresden Beauties, and I've got it upside down. So Dresden Beauties, I love Dresden plates, but I always like to have a little different twist to it. So we've got them overlapping each other with some dimensional flowers inside. Again, here's one that you can use a border print that you don't want to cut up so you can see all of the print. And then just a little bit different touch with the sashing in between. Kind of a chain look to it, so that
cool effect.
So that the sashing doesn't overpower the blocks.
Really nice.
And then we have another Dresden. And this one, you'll note that the plates are layers in some of them. So this entire quilt was done from a background fabric and a jelly roll. So everything's cut from a jelly roll. Oh, except for the ruched blossom in the center. And these ruched blossoms really give you some texture as opposed to the common just flat circle. Yeah, just gives it a little bit more fun. And
beautiful. Beautiful. So a nice way using a jelly roll to be able to get all of those different textures and colors in that.
And
that's
the
super
pattern
smart.
gives you instructions of what to start with so that you don't get short of fabric at the end. And we have another one here, upside down, of course. This is Sunflower Fields.
This is so striking. We used to hang this in our hallway and nobody could walk by it without touching it.
Well, of course,
It's
because you want to pick them.
Yes, it's beautiful.
So, and the centers, easy peasy. Just a great big yo-yo. Some French knots or colonial knots to fill out the centers. And easy dimensional applique. Just a fun one to do. Big pieces so you can get it done.
The other nice thing about driving the back way to Spokane, going through Odessa, is that you always go through fields of sunflowers.
Yes.
It is so beautiful back there.
They grow dryland sunflowers on the verges of the road. And
oh, it's gorgeous. For as far as you can see.
This one is called Spring Symphony. And again, we have the coin ruched flowers at the centers. I've seen the similar patterns where the stems are just kind of sticking in there. And if you don't get them straight, it kind of looks a little off. And we've finished it off with a scalloped edge. But it's also a quilt that works nicely with those light colored big florals that you want to use and show them off, but you don't want a whole quilt of that.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And once in a while, I do actually make a full-size quilt. And we'll see if we can get this one up so that you can see all the fun work on it.
Oh, gosh.
This one is called, oh, I have to think of it for a minute, Splash.
Oh, sure.
So this quilt, of course, looks fun up close, but if you have a place where you can hang this and stand back about 30 feet, you look at it and you wonder, is that in a rainstorm? Are those flowers falling in a rainstorm? Are those rain chains? And so we've used our rain stencil in the background, little drops of rain coming down. And the stencil that we've used, that you can probably see right here, is also called Splash.
Beautiful.
And again, we have those ruched blossoms at the centers.
Just beautiful. How big is this one?
Oh, I'm going to say that it's 70 by 80 or something in that vicinity.
Sized.
Yep.
Nice big pieces.
And
beautiful.
Really easy to extend out. And if you've got a lot of those fun fabrics that you want to mix together, they just go great together.
Yeah. It's a little big, isn't it?
It's big enough to cover up a person.
Yes. All right. You have one more over there.
Oh. And this one is, I'm going to have to look at
something
the
hexy.
That's why you label your quilts so you can remember the names. Hexy Blossom.
Hexy Blossom
is what this one is called. And so we have jumbo ruched flowers that are the center of the hexagon applique, pseudo hexagon border.
Beautiful. Now, someone is going to ask, and I know what I do, but so laundering a three-dimensional quilt like this, if something happens or whatever, and we need to wash it, what are washing instructions? Because this is all sewn down. So tell them how they would launder.
So whenever quilts have been out on a trunk show for a long time, they come home with smells in them from other places, you know,
Sure.
and it's not anybody's fault. They just do. So about once a year, all my quilts get laundered and they go into the washing machine on the gentle cycle. I have a large washing machine.
Okay.
You don't want to put it in a small one, and don't take it to a commercial washing machine
No.
because you never know what was in it. But when they come out of the washing machine, I put them in the dryer for about 15 minutes. Try to do it on a sunny day, and then I take it to finish drying on the lawn, and then I can just spread the flowers
Smoosh
back
them.
out. And
Oh. Well, way easy. So, see, I would have hand washed, but you have you must not have an agitation bar in your washing machine.
I do.
Really? And it's all good. Delicate
Yeah.
cycle.
Yep. Just the same cycle that you would put your wool socks in on.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Fantastic.
I mean, if a quilt gets dirtier than that, you really need to consult the dry cleaner.
Well, like I said, we will probably do, we'll call this a trunk show with Laura Estes #1, because I feel like we've just barely touched on the surface of a lot of Laura's patterns. If you're curious right now, again, you can go to her website, but we will eventually we'll let you see all of the stuff that she does, because you can see that she's not only an expert in the 3D flowers, but also hand applique, hand quilting. She has just a lot of skill, and her patterns are extremely well written. They've always been a shop favorite, especially this time of year, because when we are traveling and going places and we can't take our sewing machine with us, it's still nice to have some little project that you can work on. And I tell people this all the time. They'll say, oh, I don't know about applique, it takes so long. But I always feel like, what does it matter? It doesn't matter how long it takes. If there's a quilt that you're working on and it took you a year or 2 years or 3 years to make that quilt, it doesn't matter. Totally portable. It's not going to go bad. It's not going to spoil like lettuce. You know, just take it with you when you go, and eventually it'll be done. And in the meantime, you've had something to kind of work on and keep your hands busy. So we really appreciate sharing all of your beautiful quilts with us. And what we're going to do is we are going to sit down with Laura, and she is going to give us a tutorial on her ruched flowers. So that'll be, let's see, Brittany, that's going to be in a second video. So yeah, so look for that video. All right. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.